Hello everyone, Crow back again. I got a couple magazines I just want to show pretty briefly here. First one is this very early issue of Electronic Gaming Monthly. It's issue number 21. I think they're over issue 200 or something, 300. I don't even know anymore. But this one is from April of 1991. And looked like they covered Nintendo, Sega, TurboGrafx, Genesis, Game Boy, Lynx arcades, and Japanese. That's kind of odd, you know. What are they doing? Reviewing the Japanese people, and I don't really think they did all that much Japanese reviewing in this magazine. But again, we have ads. I'm not really going to go into that much detail as I did with the previous ones. It's probably just going to be the same stuff over and over again, especially since they're all from about the same era. But EGM has had the review crew where they had a couple people review the same game and give their scores, which I think was actually a pretty good way of reviewing games back then, because you got like you had some people had totally different ideas whether or not the game was good or not. And there's Sushi X. He was in the magazine a long time. Steve and Ed, and he had Sushi X, and I think that person changed from time to time and just keep the same mantle. Yeah, like here's a good example. Clash Ball. Somebody gave it a 6, and then somebody else gave it a 3. Like, apparently this guy liked it twice as much as this guy. So it's I'm just thumbing through here. Oh look, an ad for Musha. That is a rare game nowadays. Burger Time Deluxe. Look at that. That's for you in television, dude. I think you're still looking for this game, aren't you? But yeah, that's a good game. Let's see. Really don't know. Let's just kind of thumb through some of this here. I mean, it's like the same kind of stuff again and again. Oh yeah, I remember this in particular. This was like a preview for Street Fighter 2 in the arcade. Now, I thought was funny was that they have like 6 screenshots here, but 2 of them are basically the same. Actually, one of them is the same. You had the Ken and Ryu over here, but I always thought it was funny that they showed like Dalsum, Kick, and Zangief here, and then here in the diagonal corner, it's the same picture. It's just been cropped. I don't know why. I just find that amusing. Tricks of the Trade was their section for games. For tricks. Yeah, and they had oh yeah, EGM was always oh, look at this. You know what? It's happenstance that I happened to pick up the April issue, because this is where they EGM is the one that always had this April Fool's joke, and I was actually tricked by this April Fool's joke for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2. It took me a while to figure it out. The Simon Belmont trick. First hit reset 5 times, blah 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 blah. You have to do this really difficult thing. And then it said that you got to play as Simon Belmont. So I was like, wow, you can play Simon Belmont in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? And I tried it and tried it and tried it. And then it says, after I looked at it again, I was like, read the name of the person who sent it in. And it was April Fools from EGM. Ha! And what tipped me off was, ha, that's not a... it's not a state. Oh, I get it. Ha, like isn't a joke. They got me. I think it was the next year where they had the long code, and I might actually have that magazine. But you know what? I'm not really going to go into any further in this one. What I wanted to show really was the changes EGM had gone through over the years. Well, not over the years, but in the 90s, they had EGM. Then they spun off into EGM2. I mean, so basically this was coming out monthly, and this was coming out monthly, albeit like 2 weeks delayed. It kind of didn't make sense because it basically had the same information. But then EGM2 turned into Expert Gamer. And this was the issue that was a premiere issue of the Expert Gamer to show you it wasn't EGM2 anymore. And, you know, I don't have any of the newer ones. But what I want to show you next, they had like some buyer's guides Yeah, I got one of them here. I didn't pull it out, but I might as well show. Like, at the end of the year, these... No, that's not it. Never mind. I thought I had it. But they had like a buyer's guide, which basically pulled out articles throughout the year and kind of compared where the systems were and how they fared against each other. But the next one is just unbelievable. I mean, this is why I bought it. EGM 3D. Yes, the magazine came with 3D glasses, which I don't think I have anymore. But the magazine isn't actually 3D. I mean, you don't need 3D glasses to read it. So, I mean, it's just... I mean, it's normal. You could read it like you normally would. But it had these weird glasses. They weren't really 3D glasses, but they... I guess the way they did the colors in this magazine made certain colors pop out more, or more kind of flow above the page. So that's why you have these weird, like, lettering going over and around bubbles and stuff. I thought it was... And that's why this magazine's got kind of weird coloring to it, you know, than it normally did. Here's Earthworm Jim. Yeah, the effect was horrible. It really didn't work at all. And basically, all these articles are ripped from previous magazines, or previous issues. There's that Doom on the... No, it's a... what is that? Alien vs. Predator and the Jaguar. So... yeah, I thought that was pretty funny. Roadshow Fighter and Saturn. But yeah, the effect was horrible. It didn't really work at all. And then you wind up with this oddly colored magazine with bright red, you know, contrasting colors all over the place. And the kicker was what I paid for it, which was $9.99. But it's just funny that they get the gall to come out with a 3D magazine. And with the resurgence of the interest in 3D nowadays, with the 3D televisions and the 3D movies and everything, I wouldn't be surprised if magazines, you know, pull this off again, or haven't already pulled this off again. But, you know, just look at this. When did this come out? It says display until November 30th, 1995. So this is like already like 15 years old. And now they're doing it again. Anyway, thanks for watching. Got a couple more magazines to go over. I just want to do videos of. So, see you next time. Bye.
If disappearing elf hide and seek were in the Olympics, Finland would be in great shape.